3 quacks for Master Mark. Sure, he hasn't got much of a bark, and sure, any he has, it's all beside the mark. But oh, Wren Eagle Almighty, wouldn't un be a sky of a lark to see that old buzzer whooping about for uns, shirt in the dark, and he hunting round for un, speckled trousers round by Palmer's Throne Park. Ho, 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 Multi Mark, you're the rummest old rooster ever flopped out of a Noah's Ark, and you think you're cock of the work. Fowls up, Tristy's the spry young spark, that'll tread her and wed her and bed her and wed her without ever winking the tail of a feather, and that's how that chap's going to make his money and mark. Over-hooved, shrill glee screaming, that song sang sea swans, the winging ones, sea hawks, seagull, curlew and plover, kestrel and capercailzie. All the birds of the sea they trolled out right bold when they smacked the big cuss of Trustin and Usold. And there they were too when it was dark, whilst the wild caps were circling as slow their ship, the winds a slight, unborn the fates, the war dose moved by courtesy of Mr. Dobaroo, down below Camper Sally, listening in as hard as they could in Doubledorp, the donker by the tourney old of the waterfalls, with their waxens and their keminen. So had a jockey only a quart buck escul for the last axe, to the Solons and the sycamores and the wild geese and the gannets and the migratories and the missile thrushes and the auspices and all the birds of the rockabye sucker associational sea. All 4 of them, all sighing and sobbing and listening. Michael ahoy killing. They were the big 4, the 4 master waves of air, and all listening for. There was old Matt Gregory, and then beside old Matt there was old Marcus Lyon. The 4 waves, and oftentimes they used to be saying grace together right enough. Bosna Bitha in Miracle Square. Here now we are, the 4 of us, old Matt Gregory and old Marcus and old Luke Tarpey. The 4 of us, and sure, thank God, there are no more of us. Sure now, you wouldn't go and forget and leave out the other fellow and old Johnny McDougal. The 4 of us, and no more of us, and so now pass the fish, for Christ's sake. Amen. The way they used to be saying their grace before fish, repeating itself after the interims of Augsburg for old lang syne. And so there they were, with the palms in their hands, like the pulcrums procles, straining their ears, loosening and listening to the oceans of kissing, with their eyes glistening, all the 4 when he was kiddling and cuddling and bunny-hugging scrumptious his Colleen Bawn and Dinkum Bell and Oscar's sister on the 15-inch love seat behind the chieftainess stewardess's cabin, the hero of Gaelic champion, the onlyest one of her choice, her bluey ideal of girl's friend, neither big ugly nor small nice, meaning pretty much everything to her then, with her sinister dexterity light and rough handling, vicem versum her rag bags, et societiums fore and aft, on and off sides, the brew-girt sex-futter, hand, son, and handsome, that was palpably wrong and bulbly improper, and cuddling her and kissing her tout à fait charmant in her ensemble of maidena blue, with an overdress of net hickled with goldies, isola, misola, and wisping and lisping her about Trisol and his hands. How one was whips, for one was two, and two was zips, for one was three, and dissimulating themselves with his pogue hue like Arana pogue hue, the dear anno they all four remembered, who made the world and how they used to be at that time in the Bulgaria in cuddling and kiddling her after an oyster supper in Cullen's barn, from under her missile thrush and kissing and listening in the good old bygone days of Dian Bothicourt.